Hi, you guys. It's Yaz. And today I want to talk about the biggest damage that a narcissist can inflict on you. A lot of people, they sit there and they say, I don't trust anymore, or I have health issues, or, there's so many different things that people suffer from. They doubt themselves. They have indecision after dealing with narcissistic abuse. But what's the biggest thing that a narcissist takes from you? They take your time. They steal your life, okay? Because what happens in a narcissistic relationship is that the narcissist is never all in, okay? This is the biggest realization that you're going to find out. And you're not going to realize this till later on unless you're really, really sharp and know about narcissists and you get out early, okay? But so many people hang on to the narcissist, in hopes that things will get better. So many people hang on to the narcissist because they're codependent on the narcissist for something. Maybe they feel that narcissist is going to fulfill them and make them happy. Maybe they feel they can't live without the narcissist. Maybe people just feel alone and they're afraid to be alone. Well, when you're with a narcissist, you're alone anyway. Only it's worse because you walking on eggshells half the time about what you say, what you do, okay? You're cutting off any opportunity to meet anybody else because you're stuck in this relationship trying to work it out with this toxic narcissist who will never see it from your point of view. A narcissist will never, ever meet you in the middle, okay? They want things their way. They want to control things. They have to put down, criticize people in order to lift themselves up. But see, what happens is a lot of how narcissists fool you is by showing you periods of niceness, by maybe doing something for you or being really, really sweet at times. And this is what causes that cognitive dissonance where you're confused and you're like, who is this person? 1 minute, they're so loving, they're so caring, they're so nice. And the next minute, they're cold, distant, aloof. They couldn't care less if they see me, if they're with me. They treat me like a stranger. Maybe you live with this narcissist and you're like two roommates, okay? In time, when you're with a narcissist, you're going to just feel like a roommate. You're not going to feel like you're connected to this person, especially when you're with a covert narcissist. There's always a wall up. They will never, ever show you their vulnerabilities and get that close to you. There's always a distance there, but they won't tell you that. They will tell you, no, I love you so much. Oh, I care about you, this and that. These are just words, okay? I've said this in my past podcasts, and I'm going to keep telling you again. It's just words. But the biggest thing that a narcissist steals from you is they steal your time, you guys. So many people don't realize this till later on. I've had people on my post say some people say I wasted 2 years. Other people say I wasted 10 years. Other people say they wasted 30 years, okay? And you look back upon your life and you say, all of this that I tried to work with the narcissist and trying to fix it, which was futile, it was never going to get fixed. What was I doing? I was wasting my time arguing with the narcissist. This is why we say, never sit there and defend yourself against a narcissist. It is a waste of your time and your energy, okay? This is why you need to educate yourself on narcissism so you realize that you're not dealing with a fair, impartial person. You're not dealing with a person of morals and values. You're dealing with somebody who is, a manipulator, a con, okay? So you will never, ever get the truth out of them. They will gaslight you. They will confuse you. They will waste your time. Think back on that relationship with that narcissist. Think back on all the times you tried to work it out with that narcissist. And guess what? That was time taken away from your life. That was time that you could have maybe been with somebody else. That was time you could have been doing other things and enjoying your life. But what were you doing? You were wasting your time trying to make the narcissist happy or trying to get along with a toxic person, okay? So the thing is, in life, you only get one life, okay? You only get one life. That's why you have to realize your time is valuable. Do not waste your time on people that are clowns, okay? Because they're going to waste your time on the phone. They're going to waste your time maybe seeing them. And guess what? Time's going to go by. You're going to get that much older and you're going to look back and you're going to say, why did I waste all my time with this person? And now you're older and you're trying to start all over again. And guess what? It's not so easy because the older you get, the harder it gets. Your options get less as you get older because now it's not like you're 20 years old and you have a big slew of dating pool, okay? Now, as you get older, you may have to deal with dating people that have children. You may have to deal with dating people that have toxic exes, okay, that are involved. You know, like in one of the groups that I'm in, somebody put on there, I really like this guy and everything like that. He's great. We get along great. But, now he's got full custody of his kids and I barely see him. And I just don't know what to do. Well, this is what happens when you get involved with somebody who's got kids. It's a package. It's a package. You get involved with those kids. So as you get older, you're gonna, and you're starting over, you're gonna be meeting people that have already been in prior relationships, or maybe been married, maybe have children, and maybe are just emotionally damaged. There's a lot of older people that are emotionally damaged, don't trust. That's why they say second marriages fail more than first marriages. Because, people get older, they get set in their ways, and they don't want to work at things the way they did the first time around. So the point I'm trying to make in all this is you wasted all that time because the narcissist misled you in your relationship with the narcissist. All this time was wasted, you guys. Maybe, some of you have had children with the narcissist. And when you have children with a narcissist, in some cases, it's a life without parole because that narcissistic ex does not take responsibility, does not want to do the hard work with the children, okay? They want to be around for the fun times or they don't want to be around at all. They just want to take off and live like they never had children. They're just self-absorbed and concerned about their own fun. So if you marry somebody or you have children with a narcissist, your life is going to be twice as hard, okay? Twice as hard because most of the responsibility, if not all the responsibility, is going to fall on you. How do I know that? Because I'm living that, okay? Because I married a narcissistic person, I am taking 100% responsibility of my children, and I have 2 special needs kids, okay? And it is not easy. It is not an easy life, okay? But you do what you have to do for the love of your children, okay? But, some narcissists will co-parent. A lot of them, what they do is they may co-parent in the beginning, but then they fall off. Okay, they fall off. And even my lawyer had told me that years ago. What happens is these narcissists, they start out, they want to torture you and pretend that they want to be the good parent and co-parent and everything like that. And then after a while, it just falls off because a narcissist can't keep it up, all right? They can't keep it up and they can't keep up the work, all right? But what happens is a narcissist a lot of times disappears out of a kid's life and then they want to come back in years later. And guess what? Those kids don't want to know that narcissist, all right? They don't want to know that narcissist because they remember who was there for them and who wasn't, okay? But the point I'm trying to make in all this, I'm getting a little off point, but what I'm trying to say is this, you guys. Your cutoff game has got to be fierce, all right? we're not playing games here in the, in life. Your life means something. So you're not going to sit there and waste it away with somebody who's a toxic person. That's why I tell you, go listen to my podcast. It's an older podcast, and I really laid it down about how your cutoff game has got to be fierce. So what does that mean? That means that when you're out there in the dating world or whatever, you see any sign of game, you have to step back from it. You have to step back from it. Somebody ghosts you, you delete and block them. Somebody uses profanity, calling your names, you make sure you don't get in a serious relationship with somebody like that. You disengage. That is mad disrespect. And go listen to my podcast on mad disrespect by a covert narcissist, all right? Anything that you see in the beginning that just doesn't seem right, okay? Like they're extremely nasty. They call you a bitch, or they say anything that's off point. That's you guys, that's your red flag. Like, don't get close to this person. Do not get close to this person. That's just 1/10 of the toxic person that you're going to see later on. But see, what happens is these narcissists, they know how to reel you back in. They know how to reel you back in. And I just saw something in the news about this young girl. I think she was 20 or 22. I think she was out of Tennessee. And they found her body dead, okay? Of course, suspect, ex-boyfriend, all right? But there were signs there. There were signs there where he held her captive in a car, but she was able to get out because her parents had called the police, and the police were able to get there in time and get her out. But they said that he had a way of reeling her back in. And you know what that did? That cost her her life. That cost her her life, okay? Because he probably came back, excuse me, he love bombed her. I told her how much he loves her, everything like that. And then he abused her and ended up killing her, okay? Because she was dealing with a very dangerous, malignant narcissist, probably, psychopath or something like that, all right? And the thing is this, you guys, those signs that God is giving you, you have to pay attention and get out. Get out, all right? Not only for something like this, like domestic abuse that could turn deadly, but just for your own life, even if it's not that severe, just for your own life. Because you don't want to be, in your 40s, in your 50s, later on, having to try to start over. I mean, people do start over, and some people can have, a happy life, but it's harder. It's harder. So the whole point of this podcast is you don't want to waste your life with somebody, okay? Just because they could be nice to you at times, all right? And this is how a narcissist fools you, because they show you periods of niceness, because they can show you fake humility and fake empathy, and maybe care about your kids, or say they care about your kids, or say they care about your sick mother, all right? But what do I always say? You better look at that pattern of behavior. Look at how this person treats you. How does this person treat you? Do they respect you? This is what I want to ask you guys. Did that person respect you? The minute you see disrespect, that's you check them. You let them know that's not acceptable. That's your boundary. You let them know. You check them the first time. And if they don't respect that and they do it again, they're out, okay? Exit left. They're out, because that shows you that they don't respect your boundaries. So the point I'm trying to make in this is trying to save people's lives. The minute that you see that this person keeps breaking your boundaries, or this person doesn't respect you, is the minute you say, not today, Satan. I'm not wasting my life away on somebody like this that's never going to change. They've already shown me who they are. Now it's up to me to leave, okay? Fool me the first time, shame on you. Fool me the second time, shame on me, okay? That means that you can't always keep blaming the narcissist. It's up to you. It's up to you When that narcissist shows you once, twice, and if you let it go 3 times, you give them 1 check, okay? But it's up to you to say, I have to leave. I've got to get out of this because this is never going to end, and I'm going to waste away my fucking life on somebody who is never going to change. Never going to change, all right? And why don't they change? Because they don't want to change. Because they don't want to self-reflect. They may tell you, to try to keep you, oh, I'll change. Oh, things will be different. And it'll be different for maybe a month or 2. And then guess what? They go back to their own ways because they weren't serious about changing. Because a narcissist doesn't think they do anything wrong. They don't want to face that shame. So they block it out and just say, you're the problem. They justify everything that they say and make you the problem, okay? They don't want to have to do a whole exorcism in changing themselves, okay? And basically, it comes to that because you're dealing with a basic demon that does things in the darkness, that is a liar. Their father is Satan. People that are liars, their father is Satan, okay? People that walk in the truth are people of God, all right? So the point I'm trying to make is you're not going to change a liar. You are not going to change a liar. A liar is a liar till the day they die. Till the day they die. So you guys, I just, I had this thought about all this, and I was thinking, I get into deep thoughts. A lot of times I get into these deep thoughts, especially in the morning, and I'm thinking to myself, if I could just save one life for somebody that will recognize these toxic signs of a narcissist and get out before they throw their life away, then I'd be doing a good thing, okay? So the thing is this, know the signs of somebody who's narcissistic. I'm just going to list a couple. They're very selfish. They flip the blame on you. They gaslight and confuse you. They have no empathy for you. When you're sad, when you're sick, they couldn't care less, or they show very, if any, empathy for you, okay? They're liars. They triangulate with other people, trying to gang up on you, okay? These are all just a couple of the signs. When you start to see these signs, understand you're dealing with a narcissistic person. Now, keep in mind, this is for the trolls in the back. Keep in mind that we all can have narcissistic traits from time to time. Why? Because we're human beings and there is no person on this earth that has not sinned, okay? Every single person has sinned, all right? So, you guys, the point I'm trying to make in all of this is that what you have to do, you have to be the one to recognize these signs and say, I'm not throwing away my life. I'm not throwing away my life. And this is why I say, this is why you have to be strong during no contact as well. Because you don't want to go back to what was and throw away your life, get back with that narcissist, and have another 5 or 10 years go by. And guess what? Now you're back where you started, and another 5 and 10 years have gone by that you lost from your life, where you could have been doing something else or been with somebody else, okay? That narcissist is prohibiting you from being able to connect with the right people. When you hang with the wrong people, you prevent yourself from connecting with the right people, okay? And this is how they steal your life. They steal your time, all right? Because the narcissist misled you. The narcissist pretended to be all into the relationship when they weren't all into the relationship. Go listen to my podcast on the intent of a narcissist. Their intent is not the same as your intent when you went into that relationship. Most of them, if not all of them, had one foot out the door before you even started or before you even married that narcissist, okay? So, I can go into all the many ways they do that. They're still talking to other people. They're not emotionally available. They're not emotionally all in, all right? They always have connections to outside third parties. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic interest. They could still be connected to their family and can't let go of their family, all right? Or connected to somebody else, which prohibits them from being all in with you. Or it could just be them themselves that are afraid to trust, afraid of getting hurt, that is not all into the relationship with you. But they fool you and they tell you that they're all in on the relationship. And what does this do? This wastes your time. This wastes your energy. This takes a toll on your health. Because you become stressed out when you're with a narcissist. They cause you to have stress. They cause you to have high cortisol levels. They cause you to have anxiety. They end up giving you depression because they beat down on your self-esteem, all right? You come out of that relationship like a beaten little bird, all right? And you got to build yourself up again and see it for what it is and stay strong. Walk in your faith. Have God lead you in the right way, all right? That's what keeps you strong, because when a narcissist isn't there for you, God always is there for you. Understand that. How do I know? Because I've dealt with it when nobody was there for me when I was going through something really horrible, okay, you guys? Really horrible with the sickness of my son. I don't know how I got through it. I still have PTSD when I think about, what I went through and going in and out of those hospitals by myself most of the time, all right? So the point I'm trying to make is, if I didn't have my strength or my faith in God, I don't know what I would have done, all right? But it kept me focused. It kept me grounded. It kept me, it gave me my discernment. And, when you get closer to God, that's when you get that discernment. That's when God gives you that discernment, or that you get filled with the Holy Spirit that leads you in the direction of what is the right thing to do in your life, okay? I know I'm getting spiritual, and I know that some people may not believe in God, or they're, atheists, and that's okay. Everybody's entitled to believe whatever they want to believe, but I'm speaking from my own personal experiences, all right? So you guys, it's like this, okay? A toxic person, 99.9999999% will never, ever change. Don't throw your life away hoping that they'll change. You've already given them a chance. They did it again. Now it's time to walk away. Time to walk away and save your life. Time is important. Trust me when I tell you, time is important. I wish I could turn back that clock. I would have made so many different changes, and my life would have went differently than it is today, all right? But I truly believe that I went through what I went through so that I could help other people so they don't have to go through what I went through, okay? So I hope that helps you guys to understand that your time is important. Don't, look back and say, it's no big deal. It's important, but you learned a lesson. And, you can't change the past. You have to move forward. You have to let it go. You have to forgive yourself if you're in that situation, because you didn't know. So you have to forgive yourself. You didn't know, and that's okay. All right. But now you know, and now you'll never let that happen again. And now it's time for you to grow, do your self-care, work on yourself, do other things that make you happy, and fill in whatever is lacking in your life to make yourself feel happy. See, a lot of people get trauma bonded and hang on to the narcissist because they look at the narcissist as their happiness. That narcissist is not your happiness, all right? That narcissist is your destruction, and you just don't realize it because you're hanging on to the few good times you had with the narcissist. Understand this. You could have great times with a narcissist. You could have great sex with a narcissist, but it doesn't mean that they're not a toxic person, okay? Understand, they could still be very toxic. They could still cause a lot of damage. They could still break you down and destroy your life, all right? So this is why I tell you, look at that pattern of behavior over a period of time, and you'll know exactly who you're dealing with, okay? And if you see these toxic behaviors, it's time to get out and say, no, not today, Satan. It's time for me to save my life, because I'm never, ever going to be happy with this person because they are a basic unhappy person, because narcissists are unhappy people. They're unhappy. And what they do is they project all their unhappiness, all their anxiety onto you. And the end result is making you an unhappy person. All right. So you need to get away from this toxicity. So I hope that helps you guys. I hope you understand the message today. I just wanted to, run this off from the top of my head. And I said, a lot of people have to understand their time is valuable. Get out while you can. And when you see any sign of shadiness, you see any sign of shadiness, you get the fuck out of there, okay? You get out of there, or if you have to deal with them, you don't get close to them, all right? All right, you guys. So have a good day. I hope that helps you. If you like the podcast, don't forget, please subscribe, please share. Check me out on YouTube. I got over 4,000 videos on YouTube. I put everything there, a lot on the Covert Narcissist and on the Discord. That's the Game Exposed podcast on YouTube. Facebook and Instagram is the Game EXP123. Watch out for fake pages out there, and have a great day. If you guys are having a problem in your dating or relationship, or you're dealing with somebody maybe that's narcissistic, you don't know if they're a narcissist, or you're just having problems, you're in a toxic relationship, and you need some clarity on it, go to the link in the podcast description for my website, where I offer email and phone coaching. If you have a quick question, just a quick question, and you want to get a video sent back to you answering your question, there's also a link there for Vizio, where I will send you a personalized video answering your question. Hi, you guys, it's Yaz, and I want to tell you about my 2 books on Amazon. The first book is Regain Your Power. It's all about power and relationship. Who has the power in the relationship? And it goes into all of that, okay? The other book is Signs He's Not Into You, He's Wasting Your Time, okay? Check it out. It gives you a lot of good clues as to whether you're with somebody who's a real one or somebody who's just going to waste your time. You could read them both with Kindle's free trial membership. So check it out. Link is in the podcast description. Hi, you guys. I just want to let you know that the Game Exposed now has their merchandise available. Check out the link in the bio, and you could go check it out. There's cool hoodies, cool sweatpants, cool hats. So go to the bio for the link. And also, don't forget to follow me on Facebook at the Game EXP123, and also on Instagram, the Game EXP123. Okay? And have a great day.